Hey, good day. Welcome back to Muddy Boots, Louisiana Homestead. I'm Thomas, and we're back on the toolbox supports for the old F-150. Last time I left you off, I cut these, I welded these up, and got this one all dressed up and cleaned up. You can tell, been sitting out in the rain, so it rusted up. So we're going to hit that real quick. And then once we're done, we're going to see how these install and see how they look. Let's stick this one back here over out of the way. Got our safety protection on. All right, so this is an actual grinding disc. What I did this one with was a sanding disc. And the surface seemed to come out a lot quicker. Now, this took this down a lot quicker. A lot quicker than when I was sanding it. So I might hit these both with the sander real quick. And then hit them up good with a wire wheel. Let's see what we can do about a little bit of paint. You'll see about my wire wheel. I was going to hit it again with the sanding rig, but I'm just going to go at it. The old wire wheel. I can tell you right now, the finish on that one is way better than the finish on this one. I'm going to go ahead and put the sanding rig on and use the sanding blade. And it's going to be way better for us. Little flapper wheel action. I've got an actual sanding rig set up for it. But in the interest of checking it out, I'm just going to try it out and see. I don't recall which one worked better. I know the sanding rig works really, really well. I can give this one a test drive. I'll tell you what, I'm not trying to get that thing pristine and perfect, but that little buffer pad worked way better than I thought it was going to. And use the grinding disc to grind, use a buffing pad to pretty up. Well, that's it for sanding. I'll tell you what, that little sanding pad on them corners and them edges where I tied that plate in, that does one heck of a job of cleaning that up and giving you the ability to curve it a little bit more, round it over, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, that's it for the win right there. All right, so it is like 75 degrees outside. The reason I had this sweatshirt on was it's a fire resistant, fire retardant, FR sweatshirt. And it's a little label right there. So, real quick, we talked about living in Lake Charles or outside of Lake Charles. Being able to see these monstrous airplanes. I don't know if you can see that or not. I'm going to turn around. They've been having B-52s fly around for quite some time now. And that never gets old to watch. Having spent 13 years in the Air Force, both my wife and I, we learned to appreciate those planes and we come to love that sound. But it's just up there circling. He's going to Chenault, where he's probably doing touch and goes. Again, I told you once before, Chenault used to be Lake Charles Air Force Base and has one heck of a runway. Now, back to the project at hand. I'll paint these up. Get rid of some of this dust down here first. Was going to prime them first, but I think I'm just going to wipe them down with some industrial solvent, clean them up, and we'll go with what we got. It looks and feels good enough to me. Go ahead and roll up this extension cord, get it out of the way. Thought I had some more cans of paint. I got tons of cans of paint, all different colors, but this is what we'll go with. Old rattle can special, just a little Tractor Supply, tractor implement paint from Valspar. Well, maybe. Seemed like some paint dried in the cap, or in the lid, in the top, the spray tip. Well, that can just didn't do the trick. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe all that off because that looked terrible. Okay. Let's try this again. Well, we got two different choices and neither one of them is full. Let's see what we can get out of it. We got a semi-gloss and we got a glossy. Sounds like the B-51's coming back around for another pass. Not terrible. And feels like there's plenty in there to do the part that's on the bottom and maybe a second coat. Go ahead and get rid of this one, put it back where we had it. No, it's up there somewhere. I can hear it. So this brings us to the question. We're going to slide these under there. We're going to friction fit them and then bolt down into the top of them. Or we're going to drill a hole and pass straight through them into the top. Let's go take a look and see what we're talking about here. So what we're doing, if you don't recall, we're filling in this gap right here. We don't want that gap, so we're going to lift it up. Reason is we got a big spare tire back there that won't fit underneath in the spare tire carrier. Now, these have a little J-clip that come down out of here. It comes straight down and it hooks underneath over here. I'm going to turn you sideways so you can see. That little J-clip right there. Now, the other option is to come straight down through the inside of the toolbox and drill straight through and put a bolt on the underside. Lining that up could be tricky because I only have so much of an edge to where I can get something on there. We'll have to play with that and see. Meantime, we're going to come back over here, get set back up, take a look and see where we're at. Give it another quick shot. I know you guys are all saying, Tom, you should be doing that in a controlled area. There's a breeze. You could get dust and dirt and debris all on those. Man, they're going to be sitting on my truck bed for my toolbox. They're going to get dirty. That semi-gloss actually honestly doesn't look terrible. I would have rather a nice flat black or a matte black, but you get what you get. We'll go with it and see. Let that set up for a moment. Look at the truck, kind of come up with a game plan, get an idea of what we think we want to do. Some other projects we still have ongoing. Working on the sawmill, working on the fuel trailer, working in the backyard on the patio, setting up the chicken coop where we want it, setting up the garden beds where April wants them so she can start her garden. She's already got her seeds started in the little cedar. So I'm on the timetable for that one. I might set them up back there one day next week, maybe. We got a few weeks before them seeds start getting fancy. In the back, way back there, they did a whole bunch of mulch, and I got a mountain of mulch. When I tell you I got a mountain of mulch, I got a mountain of mulch taller than my house, longer than my house, wider than my house. It's a big pile of mulch. I'm going to take it and I'm going to fill up the first layer of the raised bed, just so it'll take up the space, have some air in there and some ability for drainage. And then we'll put the rest to have topsoil in it. That way I'm not paying a ton for topsoil. I do have a pile of topsoil in the front yard. I might use it. I've got some other places for all of it as well. Oh, just put a fingerprint in it. That means we own it, huh? We're going to continue to let the sun bake down on that, while we come up with an idea of what we want to do on the truck. I'll be back with you in a moment. And if B-51s weren't enough, how about some rescue helicopters out doing training? Skies are always full of fun. All you got to do is look up. It's free entertainment. Alright, so our paint job is dry. We got a couple coats on it. A couple fingerprints on it. That's what it looks like. That's what it turned out. Not terrible. What we're going to try and do, figure out where we're going to put our holes. I kind of got it sketched out over there. I want to get an idea over here. Stop scratching this whole thing up too much. Oh yeah, I should have done the other one. So, this is turned that way. It's going to be this one and this one. our front face. Now we're going to go ahead and hope that those lines are straight. These I'm going to drill like this because I don't want to scratch the front face. That was hot. That's why you wear glasses. All right. One, two. All right, we need to put this back up there. Plastic clip right there, but that's going to come out the way. We're going to hold that down. I'm not worried about that. Right there, doesn't feel like nothing's right there. Make sure you guys are still turned on. So with the step bit, I know, just open them holes up enough so I can be able to see, do what I need to do. Okay, so I'm gonna test fit these two while we're here. Why not, right? Just think maybe I forgot to drill a hole. I wasn't sure. Okay. Yeah. Come up with one, come up with two. I think I need to pry that back up where it's supposed to be. Oh yeah, way better. I also feel like because of how that was sitting, I need some bigger washers on the inside of the toolbox. Just so it's happened in my surplus pile, I got some pretty big washers. They appear like they're going to fit. We'll have to take a look and see. They're definitely bigger than the original. Thinking just to make my life easier, a little bit at least, I'll drill these bottom holes a little bit bigger. could most definitely try and get you a better shot of that B-52, but that's right in the sunlight right now. I don't really know how it would come to be. And those both dropped through there beautifully. That's the side I drilled. This is the side I drilled. I have nothing successful here. I don't understand. There we go. Sounds like it feels close. I don't know what happened there. The whole bed shifted. Oh, what shifted? Something shifted. Okay, now we got to measure where it sits on the bed. Because we have roughly an inch of clay. And that has just about every bit of a fingernail's width or length on each side. Gotta tell you, that looks pretty darn good to me. Let's see if we can't get her to bolt down. Oh, we're gonna have to go chase that. Probably best if we do this from inside the truck anyway. If I had some shorter bolts, that would be really nice, but I'm not too concerned about it. Folks, as they say in the industry, that ain't going nowhere. Do appear to be missing one nut somehow. Put this front one in because it's the easiest. I don't want nothing moving. We'll have to try and see if we can figure out what happened to it. I mean, I'm not too worried about it. I'm gonna look for it real quick. If I can't find it, I'm gonna put a different one in there. But I have no idea where that other nut went. It kind of fell off somewhere. We'll find it later. Probably when we're putting everything away. I do have one here that I think is going to fit. I'm going to try and put it on there. All this is coming back off because I'm going to clean these back up and repaint them because they got scratched up in the whole process. Yeah, we're just struggling over here. Well, appears that is not the right side. I just stripped out that bolt. That'll be another day's worry. Like I said, that's all coming back off. Clean it all up, dress it all up, make it pretty again. Not going to put everything back in the toolbox just yet. Close it up and take you for a walk. This is what we look like. Nice little clean edge right there. Spaced on the back. Still got the room to open the toolbox lid without hitting the glass. Squared off in the front. Got the little toolbox space in there. Got room underneath there for that tire for days. Now the toolbox won't be sitting on there. Got the same amount of room over here. This one's not as flush. Could be pushed back just a hair. Same amount of room here. Same amount of room back there. You can see my red line. Everything's on the lines. Everything looks pretty. She stands a little bit taller. Let's set you down right here for a second. Let's pop it open from the other side. That's the side I normally pop it open from anyway. So before I had to push on it because it was lopsided and pulled down unequally. Now you push it, you don't even have to push it. Walk up, open the window, just opens right up easily. Look at that. She's down sturdy and strong. I have zero complaints with that. Well, folks, thanks for hanging out with me today. Thanks for participating in toolbox upgrade. Move that over, push that all back over. But she's not going anywhere. That's a fantastic wrap right there. Thank y'all. If you liked it, please like and subscribe. It helps the channel out. It helps us out greatly. Leave us some comments on what you think you would do differently, if you did it better, if you would do it not so better, if I didn't do a good job, or whatever you're thinking. Thanks and have a good day.